Hi everyone, my name is Daniela and welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome actually to my very first YouTube video. First of all, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for clicking into this video. Please hit like, share, subscribe to make sure that this video goes around and then we can start a little family over here. Just to introduce myself a little bit, I love makeup with a passion. I have always loved makeup since I have memory, so it means a lot to me to finally have the opportunity to start a channel and just put it out there and see what happens, and hopefully you enjoy my content and hopefully I'm able to grow a little bit here with you guys along the way. So if you want to see how I achieve this very glowy look, then stay tuned. Okay, so to start, I like a very dewy, radiant type of look for my skin. I like it to look like I'm wearing a little bit of makeup so I can correct any imperfections like these little beautiful zits I got over here, but still look very glowy, natural-ish, you know, with a little bit of color. So to start, I'm going to use the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion in 902. Okay. So as you can see, it gives me a little bit of a dewy glow, and it's a little bit darker when you first pump it out, but once you spread it around and everything, it looks just fine. Alright, so now for foundation, I'm not a very full coverage type of person, so just to kind of even everything out, I like to use the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. This one, and I use the color Fair, because I'm pale AF. And I use just a little bit less than a pump, about that much. I'm just gonna dot it around, starting in the spaces where I want a little bit more coverage. So while I'm bouncing, a little bit about me. I am originally from Nicaragua. If you don't know, that is in Central America. For reference purposes, picture Costa Rica right above it. And I moved to Chicago, which is where I currently live, about 5 years ago. I moved here for school and I've been living here ever since, and I don't know how I'm still here because I hate the winters. I just hate it. I can't stand it. But I love this city, I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like that's pretty good, and as you can see, it already covered up quite a bit of the zits I had over here. I normally use the Fit Me concealers from Maybelline. They're my all-time favorite. I mix a couple of them, but for now I started using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This guy right here, it's like the size of a foundation, honestly, but it's so good, and I feel like I'm gonna keep buying this once I run out in like a year probably. And I honestly just need the tiniest amount, and it goes such a long way. It's amazing. Oh, and I'm using the shade Snow. Just a little bit where I need it. Honestly, not even much. That's probably too much. I'll just do one more. And today I'm going to use creams on my eyes, so I'm not going to take it up on my lids, but normally I would. So I would just suggest probably not doing that if you're going to go in with any kind of base on your eyes. Otherwise it can crease or just create too much product, and it's going to cover it up anyway, so I don't really feel the need to. And since this is more like an everyday type of makeup look, I'm not really too worried if you can still see a little bit of my zits or anything like that. I mean, this is pretty full coverage, this concealer. Spreading this around, as you can see, it goes such a far distance on your face. It's awesome. So just try to concentrate it wherever you really need it. If you pull it up in this direction here, as you can see, it starts to create some brightness up here, and it's gonna already help bring up that cheekbone, which then we're gonna cut out and everything with contour and bronzer and whatnot. But those little extra steps really help. And then don't forget to get it in the very inner corner. So it blends in really easily, really quickly. You can tell a huge difference. Okay, so now for powder. I'm gonna pick up a brush like this one. It's a Morphe E49. It's a paddle brush, but it's a little bit fluffier and dense. And it still tapers up at the top like that, so it's like perfect for the under eye area especially. I'm gonna use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light Plus. And I'm just gonna use a very little bit of this, like not even much, and then tap off the excess. And then I already picked up the creases under my eyes, so I'm just gonna lightly tap under. And then also in this area, because I wear glasses, so sometimes like the bottom of my glasses will touch my cheek area right here. So I like to make sure that I powder that area really well, just to make sure that it won't be picking up any of the cream concealer I laid down, and then just drag over any excess onto the other areas that you put concealer on, like your forehead if you did any, your nose, around the mouth area, and the chin area, especially if you put, since I did in this case, I put concealer over these little zits I had. Make sure to powder those so that they stay in place. So next I'm going to go into my cream bronzer, because I like to do a cream and then a powder, especially for work days or anything that I know I'm going to be out for a long time, so I can make sure that it'll be really locked in and it won't move whatsoever. So I've been really into the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in Baked. So I'm just going to pick that up with a little e.l.f. brush. I think this number, oh actually I do have a number, it's the 103. The technique I like to do is I just kind of stipple on the product onto the brush until I see there's kind of a good enough amount. Nothing crazy, just a little bit there, and I kind of make sure to cover the surface area. So then what I'll do is, you see where my cheekbone is right here. I like to go a little bit above, so starting maybe right here, even though my cheekbone really starts right down here, because that way when I'm blending it, it's going to go down a little bit. And if I were to blend it right where the cheekbone is, it's going to come down and make my cheekbone look a little bit lower, where I'm really trying to make it go up higher. So like I said, just going to start a little bit higher than normal. And as you can see, I'm using stippling motions because I'm not trying to drag it across the whole place and move everything I already have underneath. I really want everything to stay in place and this to just be blended very lightly so that it looks as natural as possible. It just looks like a shadow, nice and matte. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other cheek. And then I'm going to go in with an even smaller brush. This is a Morphe, or you can barely see it, I think it's an E8 or E3. I'm not sure, but it's just a little dense, round kabuki brush. And I'm just going to use this to intensify the contour right here, right in that area. Just a little bit. And then I'm actually a little bit later going to go in with that original brush I used to make sure that everything looks nice and evenly blended. And then since this is really tiny and now there's not that much product on it, I'm going to just go on the sides of my nose really lightly and create a little shadow, as you can see there. So back in with my original brush, no additional product, just going to kind of go over and make sure that there aren't any like visible lines. I want to make sure everything is super blended, because that's the key for it to look not so much like makeup and more like you're just naturally a little bit tan and your cheekbones are naturally nice and sharp and cut like that, to kind of create an illusion of a slimmer face, because that's what makeup is. It's all fun and everything, but it's really just an illusion. You're playing with shapes, with colors and everything like that to make your face, your canvas in this case, look whatever way you want it to look. I'm going to go in with a liquid highlighter as well. You definitely don't have to do this. I personally like this. I got this one, this specific one, in a BoxyCharm maybe like, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so. So I'm just going to grab it a little bit on the back of my hand. Just a little. And I'm going to get any excess from the tip on my hand to not waste as much as I can. And then you can either use your finger or your sponge. I'm just going to go ahead and use my sponge because it's right in front of me. And I'm going to tap a little bit of it on there and then just go on your cheekbone. If you see when I move my head a certain direction, you can see that it's no highlight, and then boom, a little bit of highlight and that glow right there. So that's where you want to put your highlight on, whether it's liquid, powder, whatever. That's where you want to put your highlight on, where you can naturally see a little bit of a glow. And boom. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So there's gonna be a lot of nude sticks in here. I am currently obsessed. I just absolutely love their products. I feel like they blend so super easily, and I love especially how you can multitask with them. For example, this is the Nude Sticks Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil in the color Purity. I use this on my lips all the time and it's absolutely beautiful, but you can also use it on your cheeks. Go back to that same brush I used for my Milk Makeup matte bronzer, and I'm literally gonna do essentially the same technique. I'm just gonna draw it on, like if I pick up the pencil sideways, I'm just gonna draw it on very lightly, because this stuff is super pigmented. You really don't need a lot, and I definitely like a blushy look, but not a whole lot. Like this will probably cover both of my cheeks. Just you wait. Alright, so actually the camera cut out while I was doing my blush with the Nude Sticks pencil. Just put a little bit on there and then just stipple it on the same exact way you did the bronzer. Literally just like bloop bloop bloop. And I just picked up a little bit of my butter bronzer, which smells like paradise, like a tropical beach paradise, which fun fact is my happy place. I also went in with my Becca highlight in the color Moonstone. It looks like this. It's a beautiful white gold type of champagne color, I guess you could say. And I just use my Morphe M501 brush to apply that. And I'll grab a blush, like the one I've been going to lately is the Tarte Insightful. This one actually came in maybe like a Sephora play bag or something along those lines. So I'm just gonna pick it up. It looks like I haven't even used it, but I use this almost every single day. I use this or the Milani Baked blushes, but anyway, we're using this one today. Any blush you have that you like will do. Tap off the excess, and I'm gonna follow the same locations I put my cream blush in. So just apples of your cheeks, smile a little bit, super lightly, bring it up. Grab your beauty blender or whatever sponge you're using, and again just lightly tap everything so everything blends together and looks seamless. So now that the face is pretty much done, we're gonna move on to the eyes. So what I'm gonna use on my eyes, it's probably, I haven't decided yet, but I think it's just gonna be one product, which is awesome, especially when you're trying to save time when you're going off to work or you're just running out the door real quick. I'm going to take the color Nudity. It's the Magnetic Luminous Eye Color pencil. Looks like this. I mean, you can tell I use this all the time. I actually was using this the other day for work, so I'm pretty much going to recreate that. So what you want to do is well, I probably should sharpen it, but we're still fine. So what you want to do is literally take it like a crayon and draw all over your lid. Follow the shape of your crease, and I like to create a little bit of an extended look, so I'm going to do kind of a pointy sideways V, and I'll show you kind of what that looks like right now. So I'm literally just coloring that in. I'm using a Morphe E13. It's perfect for blending out any cream shadows. That's specifically what I got it for, actually. And again, I just like to blow it out in like a little bit of a V. And as long as you blend this right after you put it on, you are golden. And I love this because it looks almost like two colors, even though I just applied one. That's pretty much the top of the eye look, and as you can see, it's super shiny. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna take the pencil nice and low. You can keep this as light or as dark as you want to. Since this is a really light color anyway, it's not gonna look super intense, versus if you were using one of the other shades that they have, like chocolate or taupe or something, that would just make it look a little bit smokier, but it's just kind of up to your preference. Personally, for a day look and for work, I'll just do a little bit of this guy and I'm good to go. But I can definitely do more videos with the other pencils. I love them. I love to use the chocolate color one as like a cat eye type of look. Not really creating a wing with it, but well, I guess it is. It's like a smoky type of wing. It's super flattering. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the highlight and I'm gonna pop it in my inner corners, just like that. And then the excess, I'm going to take it into my brow bone. So I just finished filling in my brows with the pencil. Normally what I would do next is I'd go back in with the brow gel and just do another quick coat on there just to make sure that they're really like cemented in and they're not going to move. So for right now I'm going to skip that since it's like 10:15 at night. I'm not doing anything except taking this off and going straight to bed. So we're going to move on from the eyebrows onto the eyelashes, which is probably one of my favorite steps in makeup because I just love how they open up my eyes and it just makes it look really cute and flirty. So I use a combination of mascaras on a daily basis, and that might sound excessive and crazy, but honestly it works for me and I love how it looks, and I have not found one mascara that does both of these together. Probably close, but not exactly. So I'll start off with the Maybelline Lash Sensational because I love the shape and the length that it gives. And then I go in with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise for that like va-va-voom volume. It just makes my lashes go like and I love it. Alright, so I have mascara on my top lashes and I actually stopped right there because I realized I forgot to mist myself after I did my brows. Just do a quick little spray, and I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This stuff, I just got it. Oh my god, obsessed. I love it. So now for lips, I think I'm just gonna go in with the same the Purity Nude Sticks lip, just so I can match the blush, sorry, brain fart, the blush that we put on earlier. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight on to my lips. The best part about these lipsticks, honestly, is the durability. Or longevity, whatever you want to call them. These last so well through eating and everything. I mean, if anything, I'll have to just touch up like the inside part of my lips. So yeah, this is pretty much the final look. Alright guys, now that wraps my very first YouTube video. Thank you so much for hanging in there and watching my very first video. It means so much to me. If you liked it, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you want to see next. If you have any ideas, any looks in mind that you'd like to see me try, anything that you're personally struggling with, please let me know. I'd love to give it a shot and show you what I got. So if you want to see more, then please stay tuned next Sunday for a new video. Bye!